The freelancing journey is tough and full of obstacles. And one day, while I was sharing my struggles on Reddit on how do I get clients, a comment caught my attention. It was from someone who needed help to redesign their DIY orthodontics website into a more professional version. I rebuilt this orthodontics website completely for free. Before I did this, I asked myself a million questions. Is it worth it? Will I gain experience? Should I do it for free? Maybe I should ask for money. Spoiler, it was 100% worth it. The amount of experience that you can gain from building a website completely from A to Z is priceless. And in this video, I will walk you through the complete process that I followed and all of the mistakes that I made to take this website to this website. We will cover everything from research to wireframing, design on Figma, building the website on Webflow, on-page SEO, page speed testing, and finally launching the website. And we won't stop there. We will also talk about an important point that some web designers neglect, which is what happens after you launch the website. By the end, I will be sharing the biggest lessons I learned and what I'm planning to do to start landing paid web design project. So stick around to see. First things first, I was incredibly excited to work with an orthodontist. As a senior pharmacy student with dentist and med student friends, I was thrilled to combine my passion for design with something that's healthcare related. And after I connected with the doctor, he told me about the project. Their current website was Google Sites template, and as their clinic grew, they needed something that looks more professional and customized. The most important thing that they needed to boost their online presence so new patients can come to the clinic, and they needed to improve their SEO so those patients can find them easily. So he sent me examples of websites that he liked, looking for a similar strategic approach. Next, I moved on to looking for design and inspiration and started building the wireframe. And for you who don't know what the wireframe is kind of the simple or the primary form of the design itself. It's not the final image, but something that can help us imagine how the website would look like. And I shared the file with the doctor, and here came the first mistake. The doctor didn't need something that simply looked beautiful. He needed something with a clear strategy, which is why he sent me those examples in the first place. So I took a step back and began with the crucial step they don't teach in design courses, which is research. I took a screenshot of all the successful orthodontics websites the doctor sent to me and I analyzed them. Content, layout, CTAs. But the most important point was what conversion method they used. Then I analyzed the clinic's existing website, building a sitemap. And for those unfamiliar, sitemap is essentially the structure of websites pages. And this helped me to determine which pages we needed to keep and which to remove, and where we needed to add content because some pages were kind of empty. And step by step, everything became clear and the path forward was set. And after we finished the most crucial step, the research, we moved to the next step, which was wireframing. I explained to the doctor that wireframing would save us a lot of time during the actual build of the website. And honestly, this part took most of the project's time, but it was incredibly helpful, especially in such a huge project. The doctor provided comments directly in the Figma file, noted what he liked and what needed modifications. Actually, I truly enjoyed working with a client who knew exactly what they needed because it gave me the chance to grow by meeting their specific needs. And even during the wireframing, I didn't use lorem ipsum, I started adding the content. And after we finished the biggest part, we moved to the design itself. This wasn't an easy part either. choosing the fonts, finding images, and try to incorporate the clinic's existing photos into the design. And here is a pro tip for local businesses. Use personal images of your business on your website as much as you can. Even if you don't have any, try to shoot some. It doesn't require a professional photographer. You can just take some photos with your phone. It's a fantastic idea because the website visitors will feel a connection and build a relationship with the owners even before they meet them. And while we were doing the design on Figma, I initially chose a font. But then the doctor chose to use their own brand fonts from their logo, which turned out to be amazing, by the way. And the website was also intended to have a Spanish version, and we will talk about this deeply later. So once we agreed on the design, here came the part that I was most excited about, which was bringing the website to life. And for this part, we used Webflow to build the website. The doctor purchased for the hosting plan, and then I dove into the building process. I exported the assets, set up the layout, and started bringing the website to life. And here comes another pro tip. AVIF format for images is great, but a side note from my perspective, I noticed that Webflow's AVIF converter drastically reducing the image quality, unlike other free online converters, so I prefer using them instead. Now, about the animations, I believe that less is more. I added subtle hover effects and smooth transitions that give the website a polished feel but without overwhelming the user. The key here is to ensure that the design enhances the experience, not distracts from it. Then I duplicated the pages to create the Spanish version. I know you might say that Webflow already has a localization version, why not to use it? And the answer here is that we didn't want to pay extra. And here is another mistake that I made. I shouldn't have done this before I adjust the mobile responsiveness and the on-page SEO. It took me extra time to adjust the Spanish version too. If I had done those adjustments first, the duplicated pages would have been ready and I wouldn't have to adjust them again. Next, I checked the page speed of the page. I created a sheet for all of the pages and I aimed the desktop version to be above 90% and the mobile version above 80%. But the most crucial page was the landing page, of course. Some pages ranked lower than desired, but it wasn't a big deal, since we weren't aiming them to rank on Google. Also, page speed isn't directly related to SEO. Yes, it affects the user experience. If it's not optimized, the user might leave out of boredom. And this can indirectly affect the SEO because people aren't staying on the website. But still, I've seen websites that rank it on the first page on Google with average page speed. One thing that I didn't realize that it significantly affected the page speed was the weight of the font. Since we were using a custom font, we uploaded it manually to Webflow, and I uploaded all the weights, even those I didn't need. So please don't make that mistake. And before launching, I made sure that the website was optimized for search engines. Alt tags, meta descriptions, responsive designs, you name it. Unlike the old websites, some tags were missing or didn't meet the desired criteria. So I ensured that the heading tags, alt tags, and meta descriptions included the desired keywords that we wanted to rank for. And after all of the hard work, I had a meeting with the doctor to tell him that we were ready to launch. He handled the DNS switch from the old website to the current one, and then we launched. Watching the website go live brought me immense joy. It was a 96-page website, the biggest website that I've ever built, and it gave me the boost of confidence that I could ever have. But after launching the website, it was just the beginning. The client was already ranking on the first page on Google, and we didn't want to lose our backlinks and all of this. So we needed to redirect the old links with the current one. So we used 3-in-1 redirect inside Webflow. We also added the website to Bing, a respectable search engine, and we are ranking currently there as number 1. But the best part here was the new leads coming in. We launched the website 6 months ago, and from there till now we had new 34 form submissions. I couldn't describe the joy that I felt with each form submission. Knowing that I helped the clinic grow and get new patients in through this strategic website that I built was insane. Yes, some of those form submissions was just cold outreach, and if you're considering outreaching to them to sell them something, please don't do that. While I respect you all and your hustle, sometimes it can be a little bit annoying. So, the lessons learned and where to go from here. And here's the truth, I wasn't just building a website. This website taught me a lot about communication strategy and the client's why. I've realized that web design isn't about showing off your skills. It's about understanding the client's needs and the pain points their audience have, and trying to solve those problems using design. And Dr. Cardle, if you're watching this video, I couldn't thank you enough for giving me the opportunity to learn and grow. It was such a pleasure working with you. And for all of you now, if you needed an orthodontist in Oromiyota or a surrounding area, I think you know where to go now. You can go to RM Orthodontics website and book your free consultation and have the chance to meet the best doctor ever. So what are my plans from here to start landing paid projects? I'm planning to niche down to orthodontic clinics and anything related to the healthcare system. As I said, I'm a senior pharmacy student myself, and I'm starting a new series on TikTok called Redesign a Website with Me Until I Get a Job, where I will be redesigning websites of orthodontic clinics and show them to potential clients until I land a job, because so far I haven't had any. Consider following if you're interested in helping me achieve my dream of having a web design business before 2025 ends. And if you made it this far through the video, I want to thank you so much for watching my biggest case study. I hope it gave you a glimpse about what it really looked like to take on such a project. So if you're a designer, an orthodontist, or simply somebody who's interested to follow my journey, you can consider subscribing and liking this video, because I will be sharing more case studies videos and update you on how this journey will be like. And also, if you're considering contacting me, you can find my Calendly link and my social media in the description box. And yeah, see you later. Bye bye.